be happy. Whatever he says, you come back with you. You don't seem to be liking our podcast. You don't like your podcast. That's his great trick. I love.
Yes, when he leaves me at dinner, he goes, David, I'm sorry about your attitude.
Yeah, that's one of his classics.
It's classic. So anyway, he did something for People magazine. It's so ridiculous. And I just saw it, an article that said, John Lovitz and David Spade, how they became friends. I'm like, more like, why did they?
That's funny.
Isn't that funny? And so I think it was, the article is about, Phil Hartman passed away, who's one of his best friends. And then I had Chris pass away, who we all loved. And then he said we sort of bonded over that, which is true. But I think we were friendly way before that. But it was kind of like, I think it was more he lived in LA and we started hanging out and stuff. But here's a picture from that article. Look at this.
Oh, funny.
That is it. Look at that backdrop. Anger management. That was that premiere. Fucking the premiere whore is back.
Jeez.
Look at my skateboard shoes, my beat up jeans.
If you were gonna put a name on that, like say that shot of you two is a movie. Yeah. What would be the name of the movie? Because it kind of looks like you're in a movie together. Like this is, it's Vinny and JoJo or something.
It would be My Son's a Skater, and then he would be my dad. No, it would be.
How about Batter Boys?
How about instead of Bad Boys?
Yeah, Batter Boys.
How about Kurt Cobain and his manager?
That's true. You did have a little bit of that. John Lovitz and Kurt Cobain's manager.
So I have another story that you didn't hear, Dana, which I frickin' forgot to say when Lovitz was here.
Oh,
so when I moved in this mansion or whatever house, other people's words,
it's a mansion.
15 windows, 4 pantries. I mean, whatever it's called. I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
7 bedrooms that have never had a human being inside them.
but all need furniture. So I move in, and for some reason, the opulence, the guy who built it was a new house. He had a lot of stuff I didn't really like. And so one of them was a toity. I don't like to say the word toilet, but fine. So he had like one of these super newfangled ones. So of course, Lovitz comes over one day in one of his pricey cars. And he goes, "What's going on over here?" And I go, "What?" I'm in the garage. I go, "Is there a rat?" "No, this toilet. It's beautiful." And I go, "Oh yeah, I don't know." And he goes, "Why is it in the garage?" And I go, "Well,
oh my God, it's blowing my mind."
Yeah, he can't believe it. He goes, it was in my room. I didn't really want it, so I just got a regular one. He goes, "Why would you do such a thing?" He goes, "I'm looking for one like this." I go, "No, you're not." And he goes,
"Yeah,
I am." He goes, "I'm about to buy one. Do you know how much they are?" I go, "No." And he goes, $6,000. I go, "Shut the fuck up for this." And he goes, "Ooh, you got the seat warmer. Ooh, you've got all the jets and all the massaging part." I'm like,
"Oh my God."
Yeah. He goes, "This one's from Japan." He goes, "I'll buy it off you right now because I have to order mine." I go, "Well, John, you don't have to." He goes, "I insist on paying you." And I said, "How about you give me half? Is that a ripoff if you have to pay me?" And he goes, "That's the great deal because I was about to pay $6,000 right now." And so I keep hemming and hawing. He goes, "I'm bringing you the money. I need this toilet." I said, "Sure." So he goes, "I'm going to pay." Such a long story, but he has a good ending.
No,
so,
I
So he goes, "I'm coming tomorrow with a truck with a friend." Poor friend. So he comes over. I guess he takes it. I wasn't even here. He goes, "I'll leave you the money." And I go, "All right." And then I go, "I didn't see it." And he goes, "Well, let's go to dinner Friday." And I go, "And I'll give it to you." And I go, "All right." So Friday I go, "Hey, are we still going to dinner?" And he goes, "Oh, somebody wants his toilet money."
I like the close-up. He told me the exact same story about your toilet. I'm telling you, it's amazing. It's in his garage. He doesn't know what he has. And I got it for $3,000. Let me ask you a question.
Tell him I ripped him off.
This happens. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but you can be talking to John on the phone for 20 minutes. And then he says,
I know what you're going to say.
"I'm on the loo."
Yep.
I go, damn it again. I don't want to talk to someone.
I know it's gross. You should have to announce it or just don't make the call. I can't. It's too much.
But that's so funny. He told me the exact same story about your
You're so excited.
I was at David's house. It's from Japan. It had everything. Well, when you spend half your life on the toilet, you want a nice one. Good night.
No funny. It's so great he can't defend himself. Why are you talking about me again? So funny. So funny.
It's like he's always saying, and he's like the Mr. Pillow guy. Half off today.
Dude, that clip we have up on YouTube Shorts is killing it because he's going, I hear you, guy. And we're like, we can't hear you. And he's like, I can hear you. We're like, and they put the aquarium in front of him.
Oh, we should have a whole side podcast, technical issues with John Lovett.
Yeah, exactly.
David Spade.
Watch these three idiots try to get on a Zoom. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the debate happened while we were gone.
Good Lord.
We're not political, but we have to talk about what's going on in the world. This was a big one. This is the Super Bowl of disaster debates.
Well, for people who live under a rock, I love that figure of speech as I eat my summer watermelon.
Yeah, Jesus, take a bite right.
It's like a great prop in a movie. There was a debate, David. Did you watch it?
I was on stage at one of my fucking Southern tour shows, but go ahead.
Trump
give
and
me the
Biden.
highlights. Yeah.
Everyone knows it was a odd debate. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot going on.
It's going to be huge.
It's going to be huge. It's going to be big. So Biden, I mean, one thing I learned from people who saw it is that he and his wife have a very close relationship, and they are, it's Nancy Reagan, Ronald Reagan.
Interesting. Yeah.
They are a team. So Biden has a rough debate. He wanted to talk like this. We're going to do things that a lot of people know about. We know what to do. Instead, he talked like this is the people and the pancakes, and we got to find Robert Mitchum.
Pancakes.
So I thought my impression was kind of, some people thought it was a little too much. Come on, he doesn't talk like that. Can't believe it's not better than the one you gave me, which killed when I was playing last week. Bed Bath & Beyond. But he does some stuff, some linguistic gymnastics there that made everyone think, okay, can this guy go for 4 more years?
Yeah. Trump
jumps off the stage, basically, all 300 pounds of him. I'm going now. Boom. She helps him down like he's a 5-year-old. Come on. and then she's in front of this little crowd with him and go, you did great, Joey. Joey, you answered every question. Oh, you're
high
tremendous.
Fives all around. Yeah.
High fives. And, it made me think that he's not going to step down if he hasn't right before we started doing this podcast, because she's like, we're going to go, Joe. We're going to go. And what if he kind of in a moment said, well, maybe I should step down. And then she would go, that's not going to happen. Not on my watch, you little bitch.
Not with Vogue coming out. What's funny is she's a doctor, but people are like, it's kind of like how Dr. Pepper is a doctor, where you don't really know what kind of doctor.
Well, she's not a medical doctor.
Okay, cuts that up.
I don't know if he's going to step down. Mm-hmm.
I mean, he couldn't step down from the one step down after the debate.
First make sense, then do debate. Were they surprised? Was it DEFCON 1? What was Obama saying when he watched it? Because it was really...
Was Obama in his ear?
Oh, you mean like a little earpiece?
I think people said he might have an earpiece.
Yeah. Joe, slow down, Joe. If he was in Joe's earpiece. Joe, slow down. That's the first thing I thought. We're going to do this thing. Slow down, Joe. Slow down, Joe.
Yeah.
But it didn't work. There was one person, because there's been thousands of articles in the last few days about this, from left and right, that said, I thought he had a great day. One of the best I've seen him. If that's the best you've seen President Biden, what does a bad day look like?
God,
just sounds and barking.
I sound like I feel like I hear him when I'm behind someone at McDonald's in the drive-thru. I hear like, Mr. President. Yeah, no, but who's going to take over? If anyone takes over, is it Dr. Jill?
Oh no. Well,
Could she do it?
That would. I mean, they floated. They would love Michelle Obama. They'd
Number
love
one.
Michelle Obama. They would
Number
take
one.
Oprah, and then you go down to the classics. Newsom, Governor Newsom of California.
Oof.
You're looking at Governor Whitmer, and I think Kamala Harris. She will not go gently into that good night.
Oh, come on. That's right. They don't even consider her. That's so fucking rude.
It's kind of, yeah. And I don't think so. Right now, they're in panic mode. They're reading the tea leaves. Do we replace him? And would he step down? I don't think he's going to step down.
I mean, that's hard. So he just politically, because I'm so stupid, he doesn't. They have to ask him, and he has to say yes. But don't they just tell him?
They would like it, like with Harry S. Truman in 52 and LBJ in 68. The president gave a speech and said, "I will not seek the nomination." He's got all the delegates, so he would release them.
Release the delegates.
Release the delegate and release the Kraken while you're at it.
Yeah, exactly.
In what order, sir? Well, the Kraken first, then the delegates. So then they got to decide by August 7th, because there's a certification thing. The actual event, the Democratic National Convention, that's not a good word for Joe.
No, it is not. Keep it away from him.
Certification thing.
Put it in a hiding place.
The bun cake, better butter, and a
Bunsen burner.
Bunsen burner, Magnum PI.
I like when people look at him and then they look at his teleprompter and go, "What is he trying to?" This one's not that hard.
But who knew my impression was that accurate?
It's so good. Everyone loves it.
The non sequiturs. So basically, then they'll have people come up, give speeches. All the conventioneers and the super delegates, they can vote for whoever they want. It's how Lincoln got on there. He was the fifth choice. They'll go through ballot after ballot. It's a winning majority.
Oh, voting a new person if they had to be a new person?
It's an open convention, they call it. So you could actually go in there and give a speech.
And just
your best 10.
I could do it. I'll throw my hat in. Let's see what happens.
I don't know policy, but you'll laugh a lot.
I've got Newsom hair. Look at this guy. Tink, 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 tink.
Yeah. Newsom's got the hair and the teeth. They would be in the
good-looking wins. I'll go by my whole life. Good-looking people will always win. He's
youthful, and so I don't know what's going to happen, but I do know that something's going to happen.
Good. All right, let's look at some other headlines. What's going on out there?
What else is going on?
Any little videos I brought for you? Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
I like to get your opinions. Okay, here's one. Right. They had the draft recently, which is NBA draft. Your boy Bronny was in there. He got second round. You know basketball more than I do.
Well, it's kind of cool. LeBron's going to play with his son. That's really interesting.
Definitely history making.
Once before, maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think Ken Griffey in baseball played with his son, Ken Griffey Jr.
Okay.
Son was better than him, I think. I don't think that's the case here. I don't think. But Bronny might get better and might get better than LeBron. You don't know. You don't fucking know.
LeBron's arguably the greatest of all time. Bronny could be an all-star and have a great career. There's lots of levels to this.
One problem is, what do you call him? Does he go, "Hey, Dad, throw me the ball"? What do they say? You know what I mean?
What if he still has kind of a normal, he tries to admonish him? Fuck you, Dad.
What if what if LeBron grounds him during the game? They would never do that, would he? He can't get off the bench. He goes, "Coach, I grounded him. He's got another few minutes." I think maybe they call him, instead of Bronny, just Scrawny. Just to differentiate it. It's not negative.
Well, I don't know, Scrawny, but yeah, he has already, they jump on things. Bronny paper towels. He already has some. He already has a deal with them. Bronny for Bronny. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Bronny paper towels. So there's lots of ways to make.
This stupid story is about an NBA prospect. He's the tall guy on the right. He's got a girlfriend but apparently the swirling hubbub was this was his babysitter when he grew up. Now they're together. That sounds like a
super weird
movie.
story coming out of the NBA draft involving Kyle Filipowski, the 7-footer from Duke, who plummeted in the NBA draft after people found out that he was groomed by his Mormon girlfriend.
Groomed is a
older
bad
woman
word.
Who used to be his babysitter.
He's 7 feet tall.
Love it.
He can
I
dribble,
love it
pass,
so
and
much.
shoot. NBA team, they had question marks about his girlfriend being so much older than him.
Why do they care about his girlfriend when he's playing?
And when they asked him about the situation, the answers they got weren't satisfying.
Now, Kyle is 20 years old. His girlfriend is 26 years old. Certainly not the craziest age gap I've ever heard. Hello, Bill Belichick. But it started to get weird when an account named Becky Filipowski, saying that she was Kyle Filipowski's mother, says that the girlfriend had a 3-year endgame and was grooming him when he was still in high school. That's when Kyle's older brother Daniel chimed in, saying that the story's been pushed under the rug for nearly 2 years and that it's Mormon grooming and brainwashing. Now, again, 20 and 26, not the craziest age gap you've ever heard. But the problem is that they
are we on his podcast or
I know we can jump off. You can, yeah. I just thought the story was funny. So, basically, I know it's too long.
Well, I thought we were on that guy's podcast.
Well, the story is, I just thought the story was funny.
I got it. I mean, grooming is an interesting word.
But they cut off the family. That's the part that they don't like.
Oh, the family didn't like it and they cut them off.
Yeah, the kid cut off his family when he
announced, I'm going with the babysitter, 6 years older.
She said, with the family.
Well, if he's 7 feet tall, if he can put the coconut in the basket, they're not going to care about no babysitter grooming.
I can't believe they even cared. He dropped in the draft. Why? There's guys with worse things than that going on. Nobody cares.
If he's a 20-10er, which means 20 points, 10 rebounds, and he could put the coconut in the basket, the babysitter's story goes away. I say hold out, and I think they should consult with Joe Biden. Should we just hold? Yeah, no, I've ever just surrender to go down. If you put the coconut in the basket, you could get paid a lot of money. It's fine. Cavaliers.
Bunsen burner.
Bunsen burner.
I can't believe it's not Bunsen burner. Keep pushing that.
How do you? And also Bed Bath and
Bath and Beyond. Sounds like fucking Toy Story guy. All right. Okay. How about this? Look at all these Joe Dirts. The first. Oh yeah, the comment is Joe Dirt. Yeah, this is a Joe Dirt. And I put a comment. Oh, we need these guys back at the office. LOL.
Is it a rodeo? Who are these guys?
I don't know. It's not a Joe Dirt thing. These are just guys.
It's not a club, but yeah, it looks like they could all be in Joe Dirt.
Yeah, I don't know. They're all looking the same. I've seen a lot of guys at these Comic-Cons. There's a famous guy that's a Joe Dirt, dresses exact same, and he has a wagon with a meteor in it. I don't give the whole movie away.
So maybe that is a Joe Dirt kind of club.
I mean, or it's the hair club for men. There's a couple things that could be happening.
It's a club woman, the way you look at it.
Yeah, it's got to be a club. And I did this week, Dana. There's a part in the real Joe Dirt movie where I go buy fireworks, from a firecracker stand, and then I read off all these kind of fireworks. And so I did a TikTok. So embarrassing. But I went there. So I filmed myself going there, and I just went in and talked to the lady and goofed around in there. And then we split screened it with the real movie. So I put on TikTok, and it's doing quite well. People are really enjoying it.
Joe Dirt is getting brighter.
It gets bigger as it goes along.
It's bigger now than when it came out.
That's for sure.
Bigger now.
For sure,
yeah.
Yeah.
Because it really lends itself to memes. And I think people like Joe Dirt, the character. He's looking for his parents. It's got kind of a sweetness.
Nice guy.
I mean, when I wrote it for you, I just thought this is going to be a winner. And it's going to win for decades.
That's true. That was nice. You slid it under my desk. And I was like, oh, this is nice.
All right, it was Fred Wolf, in case he's listening.
Yeah, me and Fred Wolf wrote that, and I love it. It's actually about a guy. People can relate, even though it's a goofy movie, but down on his luck, always getting picked on, always getting beat up, never gives up, is in love, misses his parents, doesn't know where to fit in the world, broke, hungry, all that going on. Okay, this is stupid because in one of the people go, how do you think of all these firecrackers I named? I just made them up, half of them, And one of them I go, Husker do's, Husker don'ts. And I just told my buddy the other day, I go, remember there was a game growing up called Husker Du, and it was German, and it meant "Can you remember?" It was a memory game. And so just thinking of something stupid, I'd say Husker Du, and then I go Husker Don't. But it's not even D-O, it's D-U, which I remember. It's got a little upsilon over it. So I guess
Husker Du, yes.
Yeah,
It's
Husker
very German,
Du.
right?
Yeah.
Husker Du, which translates in English to
I think it means "Can you remember?"
Can you remember?
It was a fucking commercial on TV, and it always stuck in my
Husker Du?
head.
Yeah.
Husker Du. And so when I was thinking of stupid names when I'm writing it, I'm like Husker Du's, and then Don't sounds funny. And then, so that's just a little BTS of that name of the firecracker. Not riveting, not
Long way
interesting.
to go, but I'm going to just put this out there. Your next special has got to be called Husker Du.
Husker
Because
Du.
I won't forget that. I won't forget that.
Oh, yeah, because it's about memory. God damn,
Mhm.
that's right. That's why you remember the name. That's so smart.
It
All right,
sounds
next
more Scandinavian. Husker Du.
Husker Du.
All right. Oh, yeah. Men are
Oh,
raw
yeah.
dogging it on flights by giving up all in flight
Yeah,
entertainment.
I raw
and
dogged
instead
one.
Stare at the real time flight map. Why do that every single flight?
You've
Why
been
is
raw
that
dogging?
dogging?
Because you
Why is it
don't
raw dogging?
you don't use anything. Because when I raw dogged it, because when I was on tour, I got on a flight and they go, "We have TVs," and then you get on and they go, "Oh, it's in your hand, it's your phone." I go, "Oh, get fucked." There's nothing on my seat. That's what I want, a TV, and I just want to stare, watch ESPN or something. So I can't do it. So I just stared at nothing. Phone didn't work. Wi-Fi doesn't work. No one has a magazine like the old days, so you're just staring. So I raw dogged it for 3 hours, and a lot of people are doing it for longer. But that means no water, no earphones, no music.
Well, there's also adult beverage. You could get a couple of beers if you're afraid of flying.
I know, and now you're not raw dogging.
It has to be pure raw dog. Okay, here's what I do. Try
Okay.
it at home. And I've
Okay.
shocked, seat mates with my information.
Shocking.
On my mini iPad, I get on Turbulence USA. Then I put on the flight map. I have a map on my iPad that tells me when and where the turbulence is and for how long. So I'll say to someone who's a little afraid of flying, I go, "We're going to hit turbulence in about 10 minutes and it'll last for about 20.
God.
And they're like, "How do you know this?"
What a loser.
My God. And I say, Taylor Swift, take it easy. Just sit back and relax. I got you.
Oh, and then you give everyone tips because you're on the only one in the world on a turbulence app.
Well, yeah, I like the science of, 300 people in a metal tube 8 miles up and how we've gotten down to like, so what?
Yeah, can you believe it? We float in the air.
Deal.
We're sitting like this, kind of with our knees up, like in a chair, just floating in the air. So weird.
I know. But
I don't like it when I think about it.
When it works, it's great. I feel like when you come off a plane, everybody's a little cocky when they come through the terminal. Yeah, we did it, and we're here.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
All right, next one. Oh, this is funny. Do you do meet and greets, Dana?
Oh, yeah.
You have in the past. So
Lots.
A meet and greet with Chris Brown, the girls like jump on him and he squeezes their ass and they do all the shit. So this guy's calling up his engagement because this is the girl's meet and greet photo she came home with. Isn't that so awesome?
Yeah, I feel sorry for the guy.
Yeah, of course.
What is this? Is this a sense I'm letting you know, this woman is letting this person know I will have sex with you immediately if you
Pretty
say
much,
yes.
yeah. I mean, this is sort of he turns into everyone's hall pass because if your girlfriend they had a guy waiting in line and his girlfriend did one of these. Unreal. I mean, Chris Brown and his, no offense, donkey dick. I wouldn't want to see that monster anaconda and then she's like rubbing up against him going, "Let's get a few more shots. Let's get up on his lap." And I'm like,
You have an
honey,
active imagination.
honey, I told you we'd get out of here and go to Chili's if you behaved, but you're blowing it.
I've been groped many a time at meet and
yeah.
greets by boozed up sauce monkey women around
Yep.
60,
Mhm.
and they'll grope and grab and grip and
They
grind.
don't care.
And
I stopped that because of that. I did that at the Venetian and it was butt grabs. Take a picture on 3, then they kiss you on 3, grab your butt on 3. I get handed CDs, scripts, demo tapes.
God, I guess we're kind of like sex symbols or something.
Yeah.
Or they're just drunk.
No, one girl goes,
Mhm.
first of all, they're shocked. They hear I've got this rep. And so they're like, they can't believe I don't want to have sex with everyone in the world. They go, hey, guess what? You're my free pass. And I go, oh, that's nice. And they go, no, you're my free pass. And I go, huh? And they go, you know what that means? I go, yeah. Do I get a vote? Because I'm a hard pass on my side. So, or do I thought I got a 50% vote in it
Yeah,
because
like it's a
they
done
think you're
deal.
grabbing everybody, and I'm like, but I'm just like, it's all rep. It's all fake. It's all smoke and mirrors. Plus, I'm an old man. My mom told me today. She goes, she's visiting. She goes, oh, I like your beard like that. You know who you look like? And she can't think of it. She goes, he's a little older, but he's very good looking. And I go, right. And I'm like, Clooney, Brad Pitt. She goes, and then in the other room, she goes, Clint Eastwood. I go, she goes, he's older now, but he just doesn't care. He's got his hair. He's got his beard. I go, Mom, what 93. The fuck? He's 97. Yeah. I go, that's me. That's me. Oh, he's handsome. He's a famous. I go, sure. Okay.
Paul used to say that to me when I was doing stand up there. He goes, you're cute like George Burns. George Burns, he's 98. No, she
yeah, no one's fucking George Burns. Don't give me that guy.
George Burns. But I'll take men entertainers in their 90s for no. You look. She could say maybe Pierce Bronson.
Yeah, or
you
Nick
look like
Nolte.
Pierce Bronson.
I don't mind being thrown together when my hair gets all screwed up and I got this white beard, but you know, I got bigger fish to fry right now. Actually, I don't. I look like shit. Okay, next one. Danny, like I just moving along. Oh, this thing is sickening. Don't play it yet. This, if you saw this out in the world, I would crap me diapers. Let's see. This is not a snake, folks.
Whoa.
It's a caterpillar. And it's huge. 8 feet effing long.
Wow.
No chance would I not throw up. Would you let it walk on you?
In bed at night. You put the covers back and 8 feet.
Honey, there's a caterpillar in the room. Can you come kill it?
Jesus.
Yeah, but he's choking me and holding me up in the air.
You'd have to
I picture
kill
this big for a caterpillar. 3 inches. 2 inches.
Well, does a caterpillar, I'm just trying to remember 5th grade science, biology, does it turn into a butterfly or no?
That thing's turning into a pterodactyl. I mean, it can't turn into anything except death. It's like a death machine.
What was the evolutionary advantage of having 7,000 feet?
As a caterpillar?
Yeah, I mean, it's like evolution's going, no, more feet.
Yeah, God got carried away. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's helping a lot.
High.
Yeah, I feel like it. You're right, because having 7,000 feet it sounds fun, but I'm sure like it's just a drag. What if one of your little legs breaks and the rest of them got to kind of do double time?
And what in nature looks at that and goes, yummy?
Yeah.
A grizzly bear?
It looked a little like what has the hard shell? Aardvark? Looks a little bit like that. All right, Dana, before we move on to the next, we have a guest. But guess what? Look what I got in the mail. Snatch my head around.
Oh.
This is a plaque from YouTube, because we just started, but YouTube.
Wow.
We got 100,000 subscribers over there leaving nice comments. Only nice ones, please.
That's nice.
Only compliments. Yeah. So we're already up to 125 by the time they sent this. So I don't know if that's a lot, but it sounds really good. It sounds exciting because we're new and we're plowing through. And then a lot of people leave comments, which is good. So sometimes I go in there and check them or
and we don't push. We don't push. I see a lot of them like, hey, everybody out there, you'd be doing us a great favor in the podcast.
Subscribe.
Smash that subscribe button.
That fucking button.
Smash that button. Smash that button. So let's just make it a thing. We've got 125. If we can get to 250 by Labor Day because of smashing.
Smash the buttoning. Yeah.
We'll take a request.
All right. Also, so thank you for that, everybody, and thanks for just listening to it. Also, so we've got a guest right now, and we'll bring her on. You can introduce her, but she's going to talk about what she does too.
Evie Pampuras.
She explains how to say her name. I hope.
Evie Pampuras. And she's her parents were Greek immigrants, former Secret Service agent who will tell us all about what it entails. She did a lot of interrogations with people with lie detector tests. She did carry a gun and protect presidents and things like that. So it's a very interesting
Obama,
interview.
Clinton, and was it Bush Senior?
Yeah, because former president she would guard. Yeah.
Oh yeah, also
Bush Senior, almost all of them really.
She did it actively, and then after they, she explains the whole situation. Anyway, stick around. Here she is right now. I had a good side before this started. Now it's gone.
David's checking out his hair. I think it looks great.
I'm checking out everything. Sorry. Hi, Evie. Nice to see you.
Hey guys, good to meet you.
Hi, Evie. I just want to know how you pronounce your last name because I didn't want to pronounce it wrong.
I know it's Greek. I'm sorry. It's if you say Pompouris, it's fine. Yes,
and no one will know.
It's close enough. Thank you, guys.
Evie Pompouris.
There you go.
Yes, we got it. We got it.
You're completely 100% Greek. And fascinated by you. I guess you would call a super achiever based on your resume.
Go getter.
So degree, go getter, books, TED Talks. So I don't know where to start. So I guess for people, this guest today, which we'll do an intro, but she was in the Secret Service. Yeah. It's cool to have a job. The first word of your job is secret. It just already creates kind of a vibe. Yeah. Can we ask you? So we'll try to ask you questions about your 12 years as a Secret Service agent. But if it's not declassified, if it upsets the world order, you can say
I'll not tell you.
I had a friend in the NSA, and I'd ask him questions, and he'd always say, "I'm not at liberty to say." That was his stock answer. So,
Evie, I know a girl that dated a CIA agent, and he said he could never call her. She couldn't call him. He has to call her. And then after about a year, she found out he was just married. So
yeah, I'm kind of at a moment. I'm like, I've not heard that one.
I think that can happen. That's a good scam, Dana. That they just say, "Hey, you can't ever call me. You can't text me."
There's a lot of folks who do that, actually.
Oh, yeah,
pretend to like lure people
rude.
Mm-hmm. Because when we were growing up watching, because this was a little while, you started in 2000, I think. And so you were probably, what percentage of the Secret Service was women? And was that a thing you had to deal with a little bit? Or was it pretty liberalized by then?
It was not. I think of all the agencies out there, it's probably the one that's the slowest to let women in, and not to let them in, but to have a lot of women. I think a couple of things. One, most women don't put in for that job. It's a lot of it is protection. You're jumping in front of bullets for people. It's kind of not something I think that most women can connect to. So I think that's one thing. And then the other part is just because it's so physical, right? Because you have to physically not be able to just jump in front of a bullet, but you have to carry people, protect people. So I think those two things together kind of deter people from putting in. So I'd say when I got in, maybe 98% male. But I'll be honest, like when I went in, I didn't really sit and do the math. In my head, I was like, this is amazing. If I can get in, who's better than me? So really, that's kind of the mindset I went in with.
And the physical requirements, what level was it at? Did you have to get in and train for that to be able to jump in front of bullets? And because I know that we'll get to it in a minute, but you became an interrogator as well, which is fascinating.
Yeah, so the interrogation part came later in my career, but when you go through training, now I had actually gone into the NYPD right before, so they managed to kick the crap out of me. It was actually really tough. I was surprised. I was thinking, New York City cop, anybody can do it. I was really wrong. I was extremely wrong. They demolished me. And so I think I had been prepared somewhat before I went into the service training. You have to think of service training as a bit more, they get into the minutia. You have to not just be a great shot, you have to be like a truly excellent shot. Your driving has to be really, they finesse everything, and they also handpick you. So by the time you get in, they really put a lot of money into you. So they want to see you pass. I compare it like this. NYPD was 1,500 recruits. U.S. Secret Service was 54 recruits. So really
okay.
different beast.
Oh,
But the one thing that they do, which I think works really well to get people to perform, you do everything in front of each other. So if you suck, everybody sees you suck. And I
right.
think that mentality, even when you shoot, when we shoot, our targets are they're put up so close, so you can really see how the other person shoots. And then when they score it, in a really big black magic marker, they put your score. So I think that part of itself keeps people kind of in line, like, I better do a good job, because not only may I get booted, but everybody sees that I'm not performing.
Sure.
Well, what was the first time you got scared? So you get in there and you've got your secret clothes on. I don't know what Secret Service agents have besides their gun, but I don't know if you
Spider-Man
hide other
outfit.
things. We don't know. Spray that make people tell the truth. So the first time you felt a little scared, were you in a situation, or you were adrenalized, you maybe potentially had to use your weapon, or did you not ever get in that kind of situation?
No, we in the U.S. Secret Service, they do criminal investigations. That's actually why they were founded. It was for
Mm-hmm.
counterfeit money. April 14,
Mm-hmm.
1865, the day President Lincoln was assassinated, he created the U.S. Secret Service. And it was actually to combat counterfeit currency, because at that time, a third of the money in the U.S. was fake. They called it funny money. Well, we called it funny money, but it was all fake. So it was completely destroying the economy. So he created the service for that. So they started as an investigative agency, then protection came later. So
Mm-hmm.
you would do search warrants, arrest warrants. We did all of that stuff. In fact, in the beginning, that's really mostly what you do. So I think the first time I was afraid, and I guess there's so many types of fears. I mean, I was afraid in training. I don't want to get cut. I don't want to humiliate myself. There's that fear.
Yeah.
But in terms of other fear, I think the first time probably I pulled out my weapon and pointed it at another human being. Although you practice, there's this part of you that's thinking, if he does this, am I willing to pull the trigger and then deal with the consequences of that? Because it's not like, it really isn't like the movies. You are taking another human being's life, and then everybody's going to Monday morning quarterback it, and you better hope you made the right call. So
And
that
this was
part,
in
I
the
think,
lunch
is
line?
the lunch line.
The first time she pulled her gun out was at the buffet. She's like,
The
I think
I'm
buffet.
sorry,
I was
but
in front of you, sir.
do you yell something different? Because traditionally, police officers would say freeze.
Is
So
Freeze
if
still around?
would you say freeze when you pulled your weapon? Did you say, "Hey, Mister," or what do you say, or is it just the
So you
weapon?
have to. That's a really good question. So you don't say
Thank
freeze
you.
anymore,
Yeah.
and it's a good question because legally,
Yeah.
it's actually a really complicated thing, because if you say the wrong thing and then you shoot, the other person could say, "I didn't know it was police." So you
Oh,
must say,
identify.
you have to say
Okay.
police, because you could arguably like, "I don't know who that is."
Mm-hmm.
So you
Yeah.
have to say police, stop, or I will shoot. You have to say something where you actually say police. So you can't say freeze or anything like that, because legally later on, they could come back and say they didn't identify themselves properly. So it's typically been police, stop, or I will shoot. You have to verbalize to them. And
Yeah.
it's actually,
Okay.
you verbalize the threat, the first line of defense, so to speak, or when you use physical, any type of physical weapon, non-lethal weapons, right? Is your verbal command, stop or I will shoot. That's the first thing you must do.
So David said that to me a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't really know what it meant, but sorry, these are the jokes. So
you go from that into protecting presidents, and that's a whole, because you did what, Bush, Clinton, Obama?
So I started under Clinton was president when I started.
Okay.
So I had, as a sitting president, I had Clinton, then Bush Jr., and then President Barack Obama. But when you come in, like, everybody thinks you're going to get the president, which you don't. It's actually really hard to get a sitting president to protect. I had to wait 7 years before I was allowed to even put my name in for that. You typically don't. It's just what people see. And then you do former presidents. So all the presidents, they get it for life, and their wives, they get it until they pass away. So I've
is that a fun
protected.
gig or not good?
So you probably protected George Sr.
Yes.
who I was
Oh,
with
you
a
did,
lot
George
when,
Senior?
Yes.
because he'd be,
Oh,
they
Dan
get it
knows him.
for life. And I did a lot of events with him, and I was with him in Houston and on this patio once, Barbara and George, and there were 4 guys. It happened to be 4 men in it, in men in black, kind of black tie suits, and there were 4 of them just near us. And then at a given moment, they walked off, and then 4 more came in, and they go, well, the next wave next. So it's 24/7 guarding a president. What's the funniest thing? Did George W. Bush ever go, would you like some gum? I mean, did you have interactions like that when you're hanging out with these people for such a long time?
Yes, it's interesting because you have this when you have the formers, when they become a former, the circle gets smaller. So you have a closer relationship with them. It becomes more family. When somebody's a sitting president, you have to think about the layers and layers and layers. It's almost like the celebrity, like who's the biggest celebrity and the entourage of people that they have around them. So when it's a sitting president, there's a lot more layers. There's less dialogue. When it's a former like GW, I used to go to Texas all the time, the ranch, and he was very, even when he was president, he was very real. I actually had his daughter 24/7, Barbara P. Bush, his daughter. And so I would be around him a lot. So he would drive around the ranch, he would mountain bike, and he was very ingenuine, like the way you describe him. Like that's how he would talk to you. He'd be like, "Do you want this? Do you want gum?" I mean, he never put
he's
his
got
hand
kind
on
of,
that.
I call it frat boy energy. Like he's got kind of a bouncy, friendly vibe to him, like what's going on? How y'all doing? A Texas casualness,
He
Um,
did.
and Obama would have been a little bit different. Evie, how you doing?
Yeah,
Evie?
he had a
I'm
good
just doing
voice.
the presidents. Evie, how you doing? What's up?
That's pretty good.
What's
That's
going on?
very good.
What's going on?
When there's a
It's all
president,
right here.
how many people in your department are covering him at all times? We see people right next to him. But they're probably, there's lead people, right? And then there's people behind. So what is the total number, do you think?
It varies who it is and their threat level. And if they're a current
Oh.
president, current presidents just get everything. Like you just have to think like they get it all. If you're looking at a former, it's, well, who is it? Where are they too? So protecting somebody, a former president, think of it this way, a former president GW, and then protecting former President Trump. So that's going to entail a very different lineup of people and resources. So protecting GW on the ranch in Texas, and he's pretty low key now, not too much going on. Protecting a President Trump, even if he wasn't running for office, let's say. But just in general, with his persona and being in New York and going to Florida, that takes like a whole other entourage of people.
So a lot of it is blending in. If the president of the United States, whoever is giving a speech, and so there's security. If it's a big outdoor speech, and we don't really know how many agencies are there, how many people are protecting the president, 50, 60, 100, I don't know. I mean, it must be quite a little more. I mean, that's the most or more. So because that's the ultimate nightmare for our security agencies, is to have a president harmed, don't want to jinx anything, at a podium giving a speech. I mean, so the redundancy of protection must be massive.
The real protection you see, like the guys in the suits, that's called the shift. You have to think of it, they're the last line of defense. So if something gets to them, that means
all the way to them.
Everything else that was put into place just completely
fell
bombed.
apart.
That's
like
not
when Reagan got shot, that was some shifties were there, right? Yeah. I know the lingo.
There was shifties. That's a good term. So if you look at the footage, actually, the guy who actually jumped in front of Reagan, you'll see this agent who got big, almost jumped. That was part of his shift, and he took the bullet. And they do train you. Not only do you have to jump in front, but they make sure that you make yourself big enough to make sure the bullet actually hits you and doesn't accidentally miss you.
How do you practice that move? I mean, do you have rubber bullets and you have things?
I know how to do it.
Well, he gets a lot of hecklers. He has a big security detail because people.
I also
people
make my
laugh,
cheeks blown up.
But they get really.
Do you have a lot of hecklers and stuff?
We have hecklers, and we have there's been a few comics that have been when people rush the stage. You don't know what they're doing. 90% are fans, just like in a concert, music concert. But I think when I had Chappelle had a guy, one guy had a knife. You just don't know. They're like, "Hey, I'm your biggest fan," blam, blam, blam. So you don't know what people are thinking. So I think the idea is don't get up on stage. And if they do, I think the new normal is you have to strike first if you're the comic. That's what I would do. I think if someone comes up, I don't wait anymore. It's like, not, oh, let's see how this goes. I think they know in this day and age, you're not going to wait to see if it's good or bad news. You're just going to try to keep them away.
Well, I just run. I just run off the stage. I don't stand my ground. If I look at the edge of the stage and there's a drunk guy who's bigger than me and he's approaching the microphone, I don't stand my ground. I let other people deal with it.
You don't let it play out?
But if I had to, I'd take the mic stand as a weapon. I'm not exactly an imposing physical figure, but
when you're out in the real world,
is that the right thing? Are we doing?
Do you have a sock? Do you have a knife in your sock like I do?
So now, because I'm a former, the rules change. I used to carry what we called a buck knife. And honestly, I had it for things like cutting off a seatbelt, cutting somebody out of, some kind of, thread or wire. Like I had it for all that little stuff. I live in New York and now there's rules. There's like laws. I think it's more than 3 inches. You can't carry it. But frankly, if I had to, I don't really carry it on me. Per se, because you also have to be comfortable with fighting somebody close quarters. It was interesting as you guys were talking about being on stage. I wonder if they should be, this is my Secret Service hack going on, they should be putting people through magnetometers. Like when I think of that, like that way they pick up any weapons or devices on them, because you're right, people are coming in and so you don't know what they have on them. And a lot of the folks that would come, like on a daily basis, people would come to the White House and they would come in, and the majority of people we call them, they have special interest in someone we're protecting. And it would range across the board. And you would see it a lot with celebrities or people who are just of, status out there. And it draws a lot of folks with mental health issues too. So you don't know also what you're dealing with, what the capability is. And Dana, you're right. If you see something, I would do the same. I would go, let the guys who know what to do deal with it. You guys are right. I would not sit and wait because you really don't know.
And in today's world, if someone cuts you off in traffic and you want to get in a physical, well, not a physical, but argue with them. Too many people have weapons today. Bam, bam, bam. You don't care if you're 6'8", whatever. That's the great equalizer, One thing I want to ask you, because I found it fascinating that you kind of applied your expertise, or you're learning to be an interrogator, and that's a whole other fascinating thing. And you've written books about your say becoming bulletproof. So it all dovetails into how to read the room, how to present yourself in a corporate setting. It's a sort of a whole thing, but just what makes a great interrogator? Because we've all seen that in the movies, good cop, bad cop, or whatever tactic, but you had to learn how to read body language and all that. What was that experience like?
I didn't want to do it, actually, when they asked me to become it's a polygraph examiner. So we had a polygraph unit. It was about 30 agents, and it was like really the elite of the elite when it came to interviewing. And your job was, when all else failed, you had to go in and try to get information when everybody else tried and they couldn't. And it's a lot of responsibility. And then everyone's watching you through the glass too. So everyone's kind of, so you have to, you're worried about, your colleagues, and am I doing this right? Then you have the person in the room. It's the stuff you see on TV does not work. So when you get in people's faces and look, if you talk to people like garbage, you get garbage. It just in general. So if I sit there and I tell you, you did this and you did that, and you're going to go to jail and you're going to go to prison if you don't tell me what you did. Just think of it from just a common sense standpoint. Why is that person going to tell me if I just told them all the reasons, all the things that are going to happen to them if they tell me? And the way you get real confessions is you actually get something called admissions. So I'm not going to come at you and say, did you do this? And this works for anything. I mean, I use this stuff on my agent and manager. I have one of those today. So I use all these techniques. But if you want to get to the truth, you get people to give you admissions to little things. So for example, let's just take it back to the criminal level. If you want to know if somebody committed a murder, you're not going to say, did you kill her? You're going to pull back. Well, you know, and you're going to try to get them to admission if maybe they knew her. Had they met before? Then I'm going to try to get you to admit, were you in the area when it happened? Then I'm going to try to get you to admit, did you ever talk to her on the phone? And so what you do is you get that person incrementally to be comfortable to give you a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. And then as they do that, you have all these admissions, and that's what puts the picture together. And it also helps you see, like, it's a very good chance it's either going to escalate whether they did it or not, or it's going to help you see that, I don't think so.
So you charm them. What I'm curious about the polygraph, you charm them basically, and you're charming. You're not what they would
Charm
expect.
and disarm.
Charm and disarm. You're looking at the polygraph test. Have you ever seen the needle move so big that you thought to yourself, holy shit, this guy is full of shit. He's lying his ass off. It's just, and how can you beat a polygraph test? 2 questions.
So it's hard to beat one. I'll start with the latter one. I would have people, they do countermeasures. So a lot of folks would try to prepare for a polygraph. You know what's interesting? You know who would do the most countermeasures? It was people who wanted to be Secret Service agents. Because you had to take one to pass one or multiple ones to be an agent. So I used to do all those too. So the guys would come in, they would put thumbtacks in their shoes. They go online and research stuff. So they put a tack in their shoe. So when you ask them a question, they hit the tack. And so it would spike on questions that they thought it shouldn't spike on. It's just a whole thing. Or, I mean,
the old tack in the shoe trick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, when I asked Dana if he does a good set and it spikes, and then because I know he's lying, and then he starts stomping on a thumbtack. This has played out many times with me and Dana.
They also, that's pretty funny. They also do, I mean, this one's funny, but people do it. They also, they'll clench their butt cheeks. They'll tighten their butt cheeks to cause their body to have some type of reaction. So I had a mat that I would put on the seat, and the job of the mat was to see whether somebody was clenching. Clenching.
The old clenching the buttocks.
That old
all
chestnut.
These tricks of the trade. Has anyone ever ripped the thing off and just started screaming, I did it? I did it.
I wish. No.
Does someone go in first and say, listen, you might as well tell me, because if I bring Evie in here, it's not going to be pretty. She's the bad cop. I'm the good guy. Do not let Evie come in here.
It doesn't work. Bad cop, good cop. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. Only in the movies.
It's great on television. Doesn't work.
Yeah, that's a good one.
No, I mean, we would keep it neutral. And to be fair, when I would come in, I really had to leave. Like a case agent would come, and I would actually travel the country and help even local police departments in the U.S. And sometimes I'd go overseas. If they had a big case, in the U.S. we have thousands of police departments, and they all have their own commissioner. They have their own resources, their training. And if you look at the data, actually, about half the police departments have 10 officers or less. So they don't have the resources. So they would ask for help, which I think was very smart of them. They'd say, can you come in? But they didn't know often who they were going to get. And when you would come in, I didn't want them to know anything about me, not even my name, nothing. You'd come in, you'd be an objective seeker of the truth. But also keep in mind too, I had to come in because sometimes the police would say, my colleagues would say, this guy did it. We're looking at this guy or gal. And I would come in, I'd say, you know what? It's actually not them. Because sometimes I'd have people pass. And then I would do my assessment and I would say, this person cleared everything. You're looking at the wrong person.
How'd that go over? With the NYPD? What do you mean we're looking at the wrong person? Listen, Miss Evie Papadopoulos, whatever your name is, this is the NYPD. When I read a polygraph test, I know what it says. Okay? Capiche? Anyone ever say that to you?
You are 100% right with the NYPD because I was one. Actually, that's how they.
Did you ever have to go? Yeah, we I get what she's saying. Hey, would you like to get maybe sometime get a cup of coffee? I mean, were you ever asked out by a cop?
Sure. I mean, you play most of the time. The way you do it is you disengage it, or I would use humor. Humor is great to disengage people and to let people down nicely. So I would use a lot of humor. I became very funny as an agent.
What was your comeback line? Hey, we'd maybe go out for a glass of beer sometime or something. Oh shucks, if I could get your number, it'd be even easier. And then you would say,
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. I play dumb. And I appreciate it. I'm like, actually, tomorrow, President Bush is blah, 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 blah. Or I actually have to
That's
fly out to
That
So
wins. I'm
I
guarding the
pull off,
president. I'd love to have
Yeah.
coffee with you, Sergeant
the president
O'Malley.
needs me.
Yeah.
I have to stay home and practice jumping in front of a bullet in the mirror. So I have to get it right. I got to make sure I'm really big.
So when you did your TED Talk, I'm just curious about this. It was called Your Most Powerful Weapon.
Words.
And
Words are your most powerful weapon. Yes.
words. I mean, what our stock and trade is the most powerful weapon? Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, when I became when I first went into the NYPD, Sergeant Corrigan, he got up there and he did his
Sergeant Corrigan. Okay.
Exactly. He's like, everybody, I'm going to tell you that, you know, if you go through your entire career and you never use your weapon, he said, by my account, you've had a great career because this is your most powerful weapon, not this. And he would point to his sidearm. And it's true. Most law enforcement don't use, I think 99 point something % never use their weapon.
For sure.
Well,
they get
and that's the
crucified
goal.
after.
You do.
Yeah, it's so hard.
Because you're
to be a
accountable.
cop is so tough. Oh my God. And the body cams, I mean, they can get beat up, but they can't fight back. There's like a million things going on out there that you just see and you go, and people go, the cops aren't in as good as shape as they used to be. I'm like, well, who's signing up to be a cop? Low money, get screamed at and beat up every day. But they're the first ones you call. It's tough out there.
It's true. You're going to have less people, especially there's talks about so if I would get into a shootout, I actually had insurance. I had insurance the way doctors have. I had insurance that way. If something happened and I got sued, I would be covered. I paid that diligently every year.
Good old shootout insurance. Yeah.
Okay.
If I did something, or it didn't even have to shoot someone, I could arrest someone if they said I used too much force
Of course.
Right.
That's why
anything
it
like that.
sucks.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Liability.
And even with the body cams, I want you to think about what job out there makes you wear body cam like the whole time you're working. There's no job out there that does that to you. So even just psychologically, like you can't ever.
Oh yeah, a video of a report card live in real time of how
Every
your job is
second
going
of your
that
life.
can blast all over the worldwide media if
always
there's
gets
anything
leaked.
irregular. Yeah.
Always gets leaked.
Yeah, but you have this career now where you're talking just about how to apply this to life, basically. So words is a big part of it, and then also just how to read the room, how to own your power. Is that kind of the thesis of your book?
Yeah. So becoming bulletproof, you know what happened is people would write into me like, how do I this? How do I that? And, you know, it's hard to answer somebody in a text or a message. And I found also using all the stuff that I learned in my day-to-day, even after I left. I use this stuff with my students. I use it when, you know, I'm doing a news deal with a network or something.
Yeah.
And so it helped me so much. And it really helps, I don't want to say steady me, but it kind of did. I grew up in the service and you go through this training and it really helps elevate the way you think and the way you problem solve. And so I broke it down in the book. First part of the book's Protection 101. It's everything you need: physical protection, mental protection, even shielding yourself from people. And I would think, you know, it's interesting. A lot of folks, like celebrity folks, that's probably something you probably had to master from the very beginning, because as you start, your name starts to get more relevance, your image, people start coming at you, and you have to do what? You have to start buffering who has access to you, what they're taking from you, right? There's
how to read
it's almost
them.
like you have to how to read them, who's genuine, who's not.
Mm-hmm.
So you're doing all these mental gymnastics, and that's really important, I think, for a lot of folks. So there's that part of it. Part two is just reading people, body language, verbal language, how to know if people are lying to you, just giving people the best tools they can. Because I think what also helped me is, with confidence at least, when I'm looking at someone and I know what I'm looking at, that boosts up my confidence in that if I know what I'm looking at, then I know how to behave or handle that person. What's hard is like, I don't know what this guy's about. I can't read him well. And then you don't know what to do. And that's really hard. And then the last part of the book was influence. How do you get people to be less combative, to be more in alignment with what you want them to do? And truly, you can use this across the board. I use it on everyone. But it's
Wow.
genuine though. It's a way for you to really understand human nature, human psychology, read people,
Mhm.
and then also protect yourself. And look, I'm a champion of humanity, but also not everybody means you well. And
Mhm.
it's our responsibility to
Yeah.
know that, like to pay attention.
Dana's black shirt is a power move.
This
Black
is
is
all
a
I,
power
this
move.
is all I wear.
Yeah.
Black is actually, if you look at agents, they all
Mhm.
wear, if you look at their suits, when they're in suits, it's black,
Mhm.
dark gray, or navy. Nothing else. You're not allowed to
Right.
wear anything else.
And a white shirt, dark tie. They don't
White
wear
shirt or
pink
light
shirt.
blue shirt, like yours,
Light blue,
David.
like David.
Yeah,
Okay.
because
Wow.
the dark colors exude strength, authority. I wore purple for you guys because you guys are
Yeah.
a bit more in a different space. I thought I could be a little bit more
See?
festive.
Purple pops.
Anyway, well, it's been so much fun talking with you, and we wish you. I hope that this was part of your day of doing what you want to do today. You spent this time with us, so thank you, David.
Thank you, Evie. And I think I learned a lot, and I didn't know a lot, but it's fun to talk to you and hear about that whole world that we never hear about.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys. You guys were a
Anna Weiss, Berman of Odyssey, Heather Santoro, and Greg Holtzman.
Hope you liked it.
All right, our guest today is the one and only Lisa Kudrow, one of America's sweethearts, and she has a new show out.
She's in a show called No Good Deed. It's on Netflix, and it's kind of funny. It's very interesting. I'll tell you that. It's got Ray Romano in it. It's got a great cast. Linda Cardellini, who I don't see much, and she's great.
It's a great cast, and it's from the people who brought you Dead to Me. And we talk about how she grew up with John Lovitz, and she knew John when John was like a little kid. And that's very interesting.
Yeah, very. It was way back, more than I thought, farther back than I thought.
Yeah.
She did the show The Comeback. We talk about that. Romy and Michelle, of course. It's a classic.
Yeah.
And, she was in Analyze This. She was in Boss Baby, Booksmart. She pops up here and there, always working, always funny. We had a great time chatting. So please welcome Lisa Kudrow. We are Dana and David. You can figure out which one is which whenever you...
Dana and David. Okay. Ha ha ha.
You got it.
It's kind of weird. I'm his older brother from another mother. Do you have any doppelgangers in show business? Like, you look like, or someone saying, people tell me I look like you.
No. Well, yeah.
Oh, okay.
People that come up and say,
That was
oh
my
my God,
only
everyone
question.
tells me I look like. Oh, okay. But wait, listen to this. Years ago, I was at a restaurant waiting for someone, and the hostess came over and said, "Are you famous?" I'm not doing the accent. I said,
No, it's funny.
She said, "Are you Dionne Warwick?"
Are you?
I get
That
Eartha
should
Kitt
be
a lot.
I used to get, David would get me, I would get David,
Yeah.
and then I aged
Really?
out of that. And then they say, do you
Always.
know David Spade? Is my latest. Did you know him?
Oh no.
What do you mean?
I go, yeah.
Did you?
Are you like everybody's kid sister in a way, kind of? You look a little like my sister a little bit.
Oh, really? Well, I mean, you know Lovitz, both of you. John Lovitz.
Yes.
Of course, the one and only.
That's-
Absolutely.
Yes.
I grew up with John. He and my brother are best friends.
David.
David. Yeah.
Yes. I've heard so much about this. It'd be interesting to hear it from your point of view.
Yes, the real point of view.
John's, let's say, eccentric dad, I met a few times, and David's encouragement to him.
Yeah.
And then you being the kid sister coming out of the blue, going into show business. So go ahead.
Yeah.
Go.
You have 30 minutes.
Yeah, that all sounds right. Yeah.
Well, explain John then to John now,
Yeah.
just as a personality.
There's no difference.
That's
I will
hilarious.
attest to that.
There's
That's,
absolutely no difference.
At 10-year-old John, did you meet him at 10?
how
or
old was
12?
he?
they're 6 years older than me. If I was 3, they were 9.
So you met
That
first
far
met me.
back?
Yeah.
Oh, I
He
thought you
was
meant like
at our
college.
house all the time. I mean, so at home, he could just walk in, go to the kitchen cookie drawer, grab stuff, and
Do you
he'd
have
call.
any brownies?
Oh, you don't have the other cookies? Yeah. Oh,
Lisa, sorry
that's
about your
okay.
attitude.
Yes.
When did this guy come in? I mean, the 40s guy, was that there when he was like 10 or something? Hello.
Well, I don't remember when I was 3 what
Okay, so
anyone
when
was
you
like.
were
But later
8,
on,
he was
yes,
14. Yeah.
Yes, because he would call up and the kids shared a phone. And it would be, and like, hello. Oh, hello. Is
Hello.
this Lisa? Yeah, hi, John. Do you want to talk to David? Wait. And he would do some very long bit. I kept saying,
Love
can I
it.
just get David? Can I just get David for you?
Yeah.
That's hysterical.
Well,
Always funny. Always
you
has a spin on a
must.
joke.
If you
And then
must,
wait,
yeah.
you get older. Didn't you go? But was
no,
he?
I didn't.
You didn't get older?
I'm kidding.
That was
You
it?
That would
didn't
be
date
bad.
John Lovitz?
So you were like, didn't you go to improv same place he did or no?
Well, yeah, because then when I graduated college, I told him, yeah, I think I'm going to try acting now. And he said, oh, okay, listen, okay. Because look, I studied in college and everywhere, but the place I learned the most was the Groundlings. That's where I learned the most. You have to learn improv. It's listening and responding. It's the most important thing in acting. And he was right. And they wouldn't let me take classes because I hadn't performed or done anything since junior high school.
Do you have to have a res a little bit to get in there?
I don't know. This was like 1985, 86.
You have a beginner's class, right? And that's kind of
You have to audition
and then you
for
have
those.
to keep graduating.
What?
Yeah.
I know. Our viewers are freaking out right now.
Jeez.
Yeah, I thought they were just sort of screening, but they wouldn't even let me audition for the Groundlings.
Did you have, as a little kid, did you have any kind of whimsy in your head, like maybe I'm funny, or maybe I could do this? Was it a secret, or did you tell your parents? You tell David, or was it just?
No, I mean, yeah. As a kid, I did want to act. I thought, yeah, I did, and my family, everyone was funny, and I was the youngest, so I was the least funny.
How many kids?
3.
Okay.
Yeah.
5 in ours. I had 3 older brothers and a younger sister.
Okay.
Funny parents.
Yeah.
Were you the funny one, or were others funny in your
everybody was funny, but that was more my specialty because I was doing little impressions.
Oh yeah.
In the early 60s.
Gross. Attention seeker.
I was an introverted extrovert or an extroverted introvert. I see you as a kindred spirit. I don't think you're on, or I don't see you as always on.
No. No. I'm not always on.
But when you're on, you're funny as hell.
Yeah,
oh, thanks.
Well, there's evidence on television.
Wow. We've got some evidence. Let's look at a clip.
Let's go to the tape. Season 5 of Friends.
Let's go to the phones.
You lost your bicycle. The exit is breathtaking. No, but go ahead.
No, but I also would imitate Lily Tomlin doing Edith Ann.
Oh my gosh! Of course,
I would, I would offer my entertainment services at school. I offered to go from class to class. I worked out with like scarves to do like the dream, Tevye's dream from Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh, yikes.
And I offered graciously.
You pitched this to a teacher?
To my teacher.
I said, classrooms and do sketches?
I put together this thing. Should I just do it for the class? And she went, sure. And I did. And I said, now I could do this for all the other classes. I've got my badge. And I can go. Like, what was wrong with me?
Yeah, something's wrong.
Or how wonderful.
How wonderful. That's how I look at it.
Like, be so confident, And she went, sure, go to the
she's like, kill 5 minutes of class. I don't care. Like,
were you consistently confident throughout the grades? Did you have years where you were the star and other years you were a little down? Or was it just consistently you were like one of the most popular cool kids?
I don't think I was one of the most popular. I mean, in grade school, I was confident, and I had friends, and I was like, I'm going to start a David Cassidy fan club.
Yeah.
Everyone's invited, and the moms would come. Everyone talked to me like I was an adult. I didn't understand, but everyone treated me like I was a little older. And I think it's because of my brother and sister and being older, and I stole their sense of humor and their jokes. And
I was going to say that because I was going to say I'm 3 boys in our family, and I have to say everyone's a little bit funny, and I'm more like a research paper, like a compilation, because you can always borrow like from your life. So this happened with Chris Farley. Like his brothers would go, that thing he does is mine. It's like, well, he got on TV and he's reaching for straws. At a certain point, he's like, that thing was funny. And he had the guts to take it public. Yeah, most people aren't using it actively. So
well
you just go, I can borrow what my mom says. It's like, it's funny to me. But so you're like, you got little things here. And your parents were funny, is that what you said?
Yeah, my dad was very funny. Yeah,
That's a big deal.
He was really funny. And
that makes it fun to be fun, or try to make him laugh when you're little.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't make anyone laugh.
Oh.
But
sadly, I thought you were killing it at school with the
at school.
Oh,
at school.
Tougher crowd.
Did your
at home?
brother ever put you in a sleeping bag and then tie it off and leave you there?
No.
Oh, well, that happened to my wife, so I was just curious.
Oh, shoot. No, David's they were good to me. I mean, unless everyone was fighting, but for the most, because I mean, didn't siblings always try to kill each other? It felt like, yeah.
Most of my childhood with 3 older brothers was cut it out. Just cut it out.
Stop.
Yeah.
But mostly it was rough and tumble fun. I mean, we had movies that were touchstones because there was no VCRs or anything,
Right.
What was my sister was obsessed with Splendor in the Grass with Warren Beatty and Natalie Wood.
Oh.
And it came on once a year and she commandeered the television. Did you have stuff in your formative years that was just mind blowing besides your crush on David Cassidy, which my wife also had a mad crush?
Yeah.
I think I did.
Cassidy.
I did.
I played David Cassidy on an SNL sketch.
Oh, that's
right.
Oh,
wow.
So
You played everything on an SNL sketch. Very well, by the way.
So much fun. Yeah.
But my sister, she's the oldest. She's 8 years older than me, and we would watch Father Knows Best and Leave It to Beaver.
Yes.
Reruns. And she had to sneak Leave It to Beaver because my father, when she was younger, wouldn't let her watch it. Because that's bullshit. That's not what people are like. That's not what a family is. Stop it. Yeah.
That's pretty advanced.
Because they were too nice to each other?
Yeah, they were too formal and nice.
Oh.
Well, gee whiz. That infuriated him.
Well, golly, Wally. Yeah, that guy was the original Garth. I just figured out. And I have the same birthday as Jerry Mathers. But
oh, really?
He kind of talked like Garth, didn't he? Hey, well, golly, Wally, I don't know what you're doing.
By the way, and the Mathers lived in our neighborhood, and Sean Mathers was in my class.
Whoa.
The younger brother of Jerry. Yeah.
I always just sort of, you seem a little more, you just always seem very together to me. That's why people feel like you're older when you're younger, because something about you seem like you're very together and suffer no fools. So
I don't know.
But you've suffered some fools along the way.
I think I'm generous with fools.
Well, you got 2 right here.
Well, you've been generous to me so far. I won't connect the dots.
No, I've been nervous to do this because you guys are legends.
Crazy.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Has anyone called you a legend yet?
Yes,
when does the legend thing come in?
No.
Nobody? Not even John?
Not to my face. No, no, John certainly hasn't. But John's been very sweet and generous and good, I have to say.
I think he's very proud of that.
He loves to tell the story.
Yeah.
And I said, do this and do this. And then she went there. He loves to be the person advising. It's a role that he really enjoys. So he loves that story. I've heard so much. I definitely have talked to your brother David on the phone a few times where John has put him on. Say hello to David. He's a doctor. It's Mae West. It's 1940s. I mean, it's both. But anyway, it's this.
It's nice to have someone that's in the business that you could ask questions to. Like Saturday Night Live is a huge deal. You're just auditioning, and then you're like, "What's it like just doing this, or just auditions and readings?" And I don't know how to cold read. Like when I started, I had no one really to go to. It's good to have someone that's been there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and the good thing John said was groundlings, listen, respond. Don't take them personally because some of them are kind of unhappy. And that was true. I saw that. I saw it because then he got on Saturday Night Live and there were one or two groundlings because I thought, it's okay to say, like, so what brought you here? I said, oh, well, I grew up with John Lovitz. And they went, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
So bitter that he got on Saturday Night Live.
Bitter and envious. That is the thing about show business, no matter what, except
like
maybe
COVID
Eddie
out
Murphy
here.
or something. Most of us needed a break or something had to happen.
Yeah.
And there's whimsy to that. And people, I know so many stand-ups, great stand-ups, not famous, had good careers in the clubs, but just did some pilots, went on the Tonight Show, but didn't get that little turn.
Yeah.
So it breeds weirdness.
Right. Then why not me? Yeah. Or that wasn't deserved if someone else got it and I didn't, which is that always mystified me. It's like, what do you mean? I mean, even if you think it's all luck, then, why not them and not you this time? How about you just think this time?
I used to go on showcases at the Improv like Dana did. Like they'd say, we're going to bring a cat. They're doing a sitcom, whatever. They want to look at 10 comics and this is sort of the look, female, male, whatever. And we do it and someone would get it. And I'd always be practicing going, why them? Just in case I didn't get it. And then, but it's true. It's hard to complain when it's an even playing field. Like you all went on in front of them.
Yeah.
And they go, that one. And you go, wait, how do I figure out how I'm the victim here? I'll figure it out though.
And all you can control is trying to get better. It sounds like a Hallmark movie, but all you can control is just try to get better yourself.
Yeah.
Did you have nightmare auditions before Friends that humiliated you and made you think maybe it's not going to happen?
No, not the auditions didn't make me think it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But I had one nightmare audition. I was so excited because I got to audition for Larry Sanders with Gary Shandling.
Great.
And then whoever else was in the room. And I thought, okay, great. I'll improvise a little too. And I think, and I don't remember exactly what I did, but I scared Gary. I know that.
What was there sides, or did he just do his thing of I'll say something like this and you say something like that?
I'm trying to remember because I was just sort of, the character was Janine Garofalo ultimately did it. Okay. Which is right.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that worked there for a full-time character.
Yeah. And I remember, because I knew how to audition. I had a great cold reading class and audition class, which was just, you're not there to make friends. You're not there to chit-chat. You're there to do the audition, be polite and everything, and then just get going. And so it's sort of, I said something and Gary made sort of like a joke. And I played along as an improviser with sort of like, oh, now we're in a fight. You know what I mean? Like something.
I see. Yeah.
And he just went, okay, should we read it? And I said, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We did it. And he said, okay, well, thank you. And we'll be in touch. And I went, all right, thank you very much. And I walked out. I'm walking down the hall. I heard the door open. And I turned around and he was there going, okay, bye-bye. We will be in touch. We really will. And I went,
what was that?
I thought, what? Did I scare him? What happened? What did I do? I was playing. Right. Oh, they didn't know I was playing.
Is that what it was?
Did you ever run into Gary after Friends and everything? And did he ever remember that?
I forgot to ask him, but I did run into him I ran into him after we had our first day of auditions for this HBO show I did called The Comeback.
Comeback.
Oh, yes.
And,
Yes.
and HBO and Chris Albrecht and Carolyn Strauss, they had no idea what we were pitching. Just write it. We wrote it and they said, we still don't get it. Why don't we just shoot it? Because back when you're Michael Patrick King, who I was working with in Sex and the City, we'll just shoot a pilot. Okay.
Great.
So when we had the auditions for the pilot, that's the first time they saw me as the character, because it didn't read on the page like it was hilarious. But then they saw me doing it. And so after that, I went to something, I can't remember what, and Gary Shanley was there and he went, oh, I talked to Chris Albrecht today. He said, you're brilliant. And I went, oh, that's good to know. That's really good.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, good. So, yeah, I didn't feel like bringing up, I think I scared you.
I think that was smart. I mean, Gary was really complicated, and he was harder on himself than anybody else. And I was doing Larry Sanders once. I did it a few times, and he just writes on a piece of paper and just hands it to me, between takes, and it just says, I hate myself. He's funny, but it was just...
Yeah. The torture.
Well, Comeback was also like, it was sort of like a curb type. That was that type, right?
It wasn't improvised at all.
Oh, it wasn't? It seemed like it.
Oh,
that's because of the camera stuff.
Maybe it was like that. It was sort of like handheld or something.
Cinema Verite, The Office did it kind of.
Yeah,
touchy.
it was right after the British The Office.
Oh,
right.
But just before.
There was one before the American Office.
What's going on?
You know nothing. You are nothing. Sorry, Ricky Gervais. You can't ever get him out of his last Golden Globes. You cannot get that out of your mind. It's one of the great moments in television when he says, "You know nothing. You are nothing. Thank your God and fuck off." And now the show. Anyway,
when you do the comeback, do you? So it looks like it's right after Friends. So
yeah, it was right after Friends,
and it's with you said Sex and the City, Patrick King. Is that right?
Michael Patrick King? Yeah.
And so you get to that. It must have felt fun to do something new and to do something sort of a little looser and a little rougher around the edges, right? Maybe.
And it was something no one had seen before. It was meant to just be raw footage from a reality show, so that you can see just the folly of this woman thinking she's going to control it. It's her show. And, just throwing herself into a meat grinder to stay in the spotlight.
Yes.
And not really understanding what a reality show actually is. And that was before Housewives. There was just Anna Nicole and the Osbournes.
The Osbournes seemed like the first one I remember that went huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was an inspired idea at the time.
It was. It was very interesting. I think people would talk a lot about it because it was just, it's always great when you get an idea a little bit out of the blue that everyone goes, oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that was very very rewarding, I have to say.
I mean, because you've done this 6 seasons, whatever, you did all of that with the live audience, which brings its rock and roll and all its pressure. And then you do this whole new thing. It must have felt really good. Like, oh yeah, I can also do this. Just so you know,
it was a different tone. Yeah. And luckily, while I was doing Friends, I was doing independent films a lot, which was fun because there are no stakes at all.
Yeah.
And
especially when your day job is Friends.
Yeah.
Oh darn! I hope it does well.
We have one to go back.
See you guys in 26 weeks.
In fact, I thought, and when I'm done with Friends, I mean, I'll just do independent films. And then they went away because.
And now it's all live streaming.
And now it's all
that's
streaming. Yeah.
Might as well bring it up. No Good Deed.
Oh yeah.
Ray Romano, who was on this podcast.
Oh yeah.
We love Ray Romano.
Love
that
Ray
must have
Romano.
been fun. Yeah. He's a gentle giant. Like I was surprised how self-deprecating he is and how open he is because he's a big guy. He's and he does not wear that on his sleeve at all. He's just very real.
Yeah, he claims to be insecure and well, and he might be, but we were talking once and I said, but you're not mean to anybody. Like most insecure performers find someone or something to blame everything on, right? You're like,
Oh, yeah.
we didn't give me the right lines, or, all that stuff.
Or some stooge to shit on occasionally, and just little put downs.
Yeah.
You leverage their power over, that character.
Right.
But that's not Ray.
Doesn't do that. And he said, oh, no, that's because I think I'm to blame for everything. I just blame myself.
I think he really sinks into these things. He's not just doing it to kill time. Like we were doing the Mirage, Dana knows that we were doing like both of us were not sort of residency doing stand up, but he gets into like these indie movies and like this thing. It's just good little things. And he really puts a lot of heart and soul into them. It feels like to me, and wants them all really to do well, like really into it instead of just like, I'll do this. I'll do a week on this if you pay me. It's more like, let's get into it. Nail it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think he has a reason for everything he chooses to do.
Yeah. So, you had Luke on there. I was just watching it in the other room because I hadn't seen it. And I go, oh, shoot, let's go check it out. And there's Luke and there's everywhere you turn. I was like, oh, good. Oh, Dennis Leary I saw.
Oh, yeah.
And how fun. He used to be, I used to know him a little more in the old days. But so how fun is it? That's a fun thing to do. And you did it and it's on right now because I'm watching it right now.
Yeah.
On Netflix.
It's on Netflix right now.
And will you introduce the premise? I researched
let's let
the
you
premise of the show, which is very interesting.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I could do it, but I think
it's tough to explain. There's a couple who's empty nesters. They're selling their house. And
right
and
so far.
Seems to, I know, there seems to be...
the details we can get into later.
There's some secrets. Surrounding the house and their life there. And then you have the people who come to the open house and desperately want this house and whatever's going on in their life that somehow intersects with this couple. Yeah.
And the producer of Dead to Me, which had its own, I love that show.
Yeah, I did too.
I thought whoever's the mind behind that, and also Christina Applegate, and the name of her partner was so good. Is also on this show.
Linda Cardellini.
Is
always phenomenally good.
Always phenomenal.
Always.
And so I'm assuming the sensibility overlap, different storyline, different everything. But I did see one of the clips where you're in the kitchen and you're kind of waving the knife around.
Yeah.
And he goes, put the knife down. And it was just very smart, dry, weird, but real kind of dialogue.
Yeah.
Like, just put the knife down. Well, I'm not going to stab you. So I saw kind of the tone in that moment,
Yeah. Yeah. I think we kind of played with that one, Ray and I.
Sure.
Oh, good. They're taking advantage of that. You can sort of
know what you're doing.
Let's make it real and surprise ourselves in the moment.
Well, it's nice if they trust you to let you, and aren't too like, but no, the script.
Yeah. I don't think people listening know that it's not always the case to have the gift of running with something. Sometimes it's script, move on. And you go, do you want me to try something? And they're like, nope, we're good.
Yeah.
Like, and so when you see it, it always feels looser if you just feel a little more into it. If you
take advantage of the digital cameras. I mean, going back for just a second on Shanleen, he had 3 16 millimeter cameras on shoulder. So there was a single on me, single on him, and a 2-shot. So every take was its own take. Every take could be improvised, overlapped. It was all there every time. And so I just wondered, did they have a camera on Ray and a camera on you? Or was it, they go, well, that was a good improv. Can you repeat it? We'll come around on you. Or did they manage the shooting? So it was just.
I think there were 2 cameras. And we may have done it more than once because we did it once. And then it was, do that thing again. I think. I don't have a good memory for that stuff because once I'm done, I move on.
No, none. Now, when this thing comes about, does it perk up your ears because of the Dead to Me part of it? Like, though, this person did this, so you're already sort of intrigued, and then you want to read it, and then you're more intrigued. Is that sort of the way it goes?
It should have been, but Actually, it was. So this is something exciting, we think, said the agents. It's, they said a limited series on Netflix, and it's Liz Feldman who did, I said, Dead to Me. I know who that is. I love that show. Yes. And playing your husband would be Ray Romano. And I went, I wanted to work with Ray Romano. Oh my God, that's been like a dream. It's like, well, dreams come true. And so far, Linda Cardellini is in it. And I went, what?
Yeah.
Work with Linda. So I said, I guess I should read it, but do I have to? Because it's yes.
Do I have to? It's already yes.
And did you have to?
Yeah, no, it's a good thing I read it, because I read the first episode and then I had a meal with Liz where I had a lot of questions. And I went, I'm basically saying yes to what has my character done? I'm not sure.
We leave it
Did you
at
have
that.
a read through? Did you get when everyone got together, did you read the pilot in a room?
Yeah.
I always find that, and I haven't done that much of it, very nerve-wracking because, like, you know, she's going to bring it, man. Are you kidding me? We got the A-team here.
Oh,
and
God.
You're thinking, what's the
Gross.
puzzle? How am I going to say these lines?
Well, that's how I felt. That is exactly. I felt
everyone
like,
usually is nervous at that thing.
Everyone's nervous. Yeah. Well, because also, I mean, young people get nervous too, because they weren't around in the days when you would do a read through at a pilot and then get fired based on the poor performance in the read through.
I've been in a pilot, and they don't even do that many read-throughs anymore. And what shit I do? But when I read for this pilot, it was like basic ABC, whatever. And then they go, read through was great. And the next day, they're like, hey, where's this guy? Oh, they got fired. There's a new person playing them. I'm like, from yesterday? What happened?
From the read through? Yeah.
They're like, oh, they bombed. I'm like, they did? Like, you don't even notice. You're like, what are they looking at? I don't even know. That's what scares me.
Like, how about a rehearsal and a run through
Yeah.
to see if they bombed?
Yeah, let's see. Give them one more goddamn swing at it. Like, it's terrifying.
You hired them
Yeah.
from
It's
based on
it's
something.
quick decisions. It's
And then what was your first day of shooting with Ray? Did you have your scripts in your hand? Let's get it on its feet, people. All right, quiet, everybody.
all right. We got
Quiet.
Lisa.
Number one and number
team.
two are going to run lines. All right, go ahead
We're
anytime.
going to mark this one.
And then you do it 5 times in a row, and there's a little titters from the crew, and then less and less, and then finally just dead silence. All right, we're ready to shoot it. And your confidence is totally.
We beat it to death. Let's shoot it.
Yeah, Beat It to Death will be the sequel to No Good Deed.
Beat it to death. Dead to me, no good deed. Beat it to death. That's so good.
That's funny.
I wanted to make it clear for your listening audience.
Yeah. Well, we won't give too much more away of that, but
titles are tough. But it's on Netflix right now.
Yeah.
And all 8 shows are available. You can binge it tonight if you want.
And it is good. I mean, it is bingeable.
Someone was talking about it the other night. And
it's
then
got like an
we talked about it, I saw it.
89% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
It got 102% Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it's fabulous. Go
Extra
ahead.
tomatoes came in. I want to ask you a little bit about Romy and Michelle, because I know you get it a lot, but it's such a big one, especially when it came out, and you must still hear about it all the time. It was such a cool one. You still have the Halloween costumes, girl. I love it when you do something that's a Halloween costume. It's so fun.
Yeah, that is fun.
And when was that? What was that? It was 97? Is that what it said?
97. Yeah. Maybe 96.
Movie
came out in
heydays. That's
97?
right
I
around
don't
when
know.
movies were like it's so fun.
How to do opening weekend. Wow. It was number 2.
It was in
That's
Variety.
amazing.
Even my
What
mom
was
would go,
number
it looks like
one?
it was number 1.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, well, some
Titanic.
bullshit.
No, that
something
was
with a
too
car
soon.
chase in it, I think. I don't know.
Fast and the Furious 1.
That was before Titanic.
The Vin Diesel story. It was a doc.
Yeah. But I remember doing talk shows for that. And it was like, you know what I like about this? Jay Leno, actually, who's very nice. And
Yeah.
I'll say it and then you can
Okay, he'll do Jay Leno.
And he said, you know what I like about this? That it's 2 women, but you're not man bashing, you know, it's 2 women and you're funny and it's fun and it's not against men.
Okay. You know what I like about this is that, you're not man bashing. It's just two women having fun. You're not bashing the men. And it's just a great little movie. I mean, I thought it was tremendous. I thought it was tremendous. There was no man bashing at all. I'll say it one more time and then I'll let you talk. No man bashing in the whole thing. You got to be careful with the man bashing because you don't know what you're going to do. Sorry. I got a little silly.
That's so funny. But I mean, yeah, but it wasn't about men.
It's a big victory. That was your victory. Listen, we didn't
what
do
was
a man bashing?
Was Thelma and Louise man bashing? I'm thinking
there were abusive men and predatory men, and
oh yeah.
Oh, in that way, like so, Thelma and Louise had Brad Pitt seducing Susan Sarandon or something. So.
But they were escaping a bad husband,
another bad guy. Yeah.
So
okay,
it's as if like, right, that's not fair because that never happens.
Yeah.
Wait, no, it happens a lot. I mean, if a woman
but I don't know people like to see
quite a bit where the estranged husband is not happy and he has a weapon.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if a woman is missing.
Yeah.
Who's her husband? Who's her boyfriend? That's the first place you look. But
yep.
But it was just funny to me that it still needed to be contextualized. Like,
is it for
in relation to men? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and it was very. What I get about most of my comedies is, what I like? It's so fucking dumb. That's what we need.
But we do.
I know. I love it. Believe me, I'm doing one right now. It's hard, but Roman
then
and
I
Michelle
say thank you.
Was clever, is cute, good. Fun, and a smart little comedy that, and then I don't know. So you do it and you might not expect a lot. You don't know what to expect. It does well,
I don't
right?
expect a lot. It did fine.
It
could have done better if it weren't rated R.
Oh, was it rated R?
Yeah.
Oh.
PG-13 is the way to go.
Interesting.
I thought that was a huge mistake, and it was
for that movie. I don't remember one thing R about it.
Janine Garofalo said "fuck off." I think 2 times or 3 times or something.
Over one, and you get an R, I think.
And the big stand was, "I'm not changing Janine Garofalo's fuck offs," and I went, "I don't think she'd mind. I think she wouldn't care
if it's holding back." Another
if
$50 million.
If it's like 40% of the net profit, what are you going to do? Unless it's just a cause. Make a movie called "Fuck Off," and do that.
14-year-old girls would have gone maybe more than once to the movies by themselves. To see
those would come over and over.
Right. Because they all wanted to be those characters.
I watched it, and when I heard R, I went, "Okay, who do you think this movie's for?"
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah.
100%. I can't.
Not 30-year-old men.
Right. Who goes over and over? You get lucky. They go over and over, and that's young women would have gone to see that.
Yeah. I thought that was a mistake, personally.
1,000%. My God.
PG-13 is the move. Remember, Grease is the move. PG-13 is the move. But I don't know.
Grease is the word.
Grease is the word.
Have you you grew up in the 90s as a star?
I'm sorry. Grease is the move. It's the move. It's the move. Okay.
John Travolta was an incredible businessman. I think he got some publishing on that, and also on because he came around and hung out. He's a super nice guy. Probably the nicest guy in show business potentially I've ever met. I mean, we all went to Tom Hanks's birthday party up at whatever, the planetarium in
Griffith Park Observatory.
And everyone was there, and you'd say hello to someone, and you could tell they're like, "Oh my God, I'm talking to you right now," but Springsteen's over there. They were panicked trying, so. And Travolta just wanted to hang out with us and talk about airplanes because I have a fear of flying. He goes, an airplane's only as safe as its maintenance, But anyway, he was just he is a great guy.
He's a great guy.
Yeah,
I always see that picture of his house with a 747 in the driveway. I made it big because he pulls out and he goes, "Going to work, hon."
747?
Yeah, in Orlando.
707.
707 from like
an inch longer, but yes.
Yeah, I flew on his plane.
Oh,
you did?
And he was flying it. I did a movie with him.
What was it?
What was the name of the movie?
Saturday Night Fever?
No. Yeah. Yes. You don't remember me?
Michael, the Angel movie?
No. But Nora Ephron directed. It was called Lucky Numbers, I think. What was it called? I'm looking to see if I have anything, any memorabilia. But anyway, it didn't do well. The one Nora Ephron, John Travolta movie.
God dang, Nora Ephron too.
It didn't do well, but I got to work with him, and he is the nicest.
Yeah, it's something about him. Mm-hmm.
So, because it's not about him.
Yeah,
and he didn't like how big he was. I've always found it was interesting that Tarantino, because he did the Talking Dog movies with Kirstie Alley.
Look Who's
stuff,
Talking.
But he was like
The Talking Baby.
Yeah, Talking Baby, and
Dog's
he was
Baby.
so huge with Urban Cowboy and all.
Oh my
rest.
God.
And then Tarantino, the studio's like, you want Travolta, really? And he said he knew because he would walk around LA with Travolta and it was still stop traffic.
Yes.
People would swarm.
Good looking, tall,
yeah.
stud. But what about Saturday Night Fever and Grease? Almost back to back. And you go, I think it was back to back. And the hugest hit and then another monster hit, both with music, both crazy.
Right. And then Urban Cowboy and then Face Off. And then
I love that.
Face
Off.
And
with
Michael
Nicolas
was
Cage.
huge. Everything.
Michael
and
was
Luca's
huge.
Talking, everything. I mean,
yeah. And then Pulp Fiction kind of put him in this other kind of lane, and then he went from there. But anyway.
Yeah.
John, if you're listening, you're always welcome to come on and we'll just talk about Deborah Winger. We'll say what was that all about?
Great.
That's Urban Cowboy. Yeah.
I saw your on stupid Instagram. I saw your Urban Cowboy with Deborah Winger sketch, and you played Travolta like 2 days ago. And that was I'm talking Dana. And then Lisa, I saw.
I even forgot that. I did. Oh, with Deborah Winger.
Yeah. Friends is so big. I saw a Instagram today about you guys splitting a check, and I saw it an hour before this. I'm like,
splitting a check.
Well, you were like in the real show. You're trying. You're deciding. It was show 10869.
Oh yes, 10869.
Yes, that one. That's a great one.
That was one of the good ones.
Yeah, and you're deciding what to pay, and I'm like, it's still. I mean, you don't have to talk about it too much, but it still keeps going and going. We don't.
Yeah, it does. It does.
The gift that keeps giving.
Did you ever wear a disguise like at peak Friends-a-mania?
Too famous.
Did you ever? Did any of the cast ever wear a disguise?
Not that I know of.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I don't think so. I mean, also, it wasn't so bad for me because I'm married to a person who's not in this business. So there's no sort of interest in. There wasn't any interest in how's that couple doing.
Out there with the tabloids.
So you're not on Daily Mail a lot, I've noticed. And is that a disappointment at all?
No.
I don't follow you.
You kind of think everyone's out in the tabloids, but it's really kind of similar characters a lot. And then you realize, so many people are not pursuing that path of celebrity within their career. And you forget about them. You forget they even exist.
Yeah.
Just their work,
Yeah, that's okay too.
Yeah, some lean into it, and some you can't totally avoid it, but some really lean into it, and some tip off. More people tip off than regular people know, because really, are they at the bowling alley and there's 5 photographers there? Like, why?
Well, and also there are certain restaurants. If you go to them, there will be paparazzi there.
Yeah, they'll call it.
But then, to be fair, there are some people, and if something's going on in your life, they just stalk you.
Yeah, they wait in front of the house
to see where you're going to go and what you're going to do.
That's definitely legit.
Yeah, that does happen. I think to a lot of people
for sure.
And that's horrible. To be nice to people who don't know what show business is, and you're at some school function and they sidle up and, hey, how do you make that Friends type show? What do you those kind of nice, sweet people are really just interested in wanting to say the right thing.
Yeah.
But they just, well, we rehearse a lot.
Yeah.
But
I didn't get a lot of that, but what I get a lot of? Oh yeah. I don't know. I didn't watch that show.
Why do they always say that?
They really want to let you know. And I always say, oh, sure. Yeah, no, a lot of people. There are plenty of people who, didn't watch TV, or it's like, no, I mean, I liked Seinfeld a lot. And one time it was, and it's a good friend too, who said, but that was more of a girls' show, wasn't it, Friends? No, I don't think so. Was it? I asked my husband. He's like, no, it was for guys too.
3 of us were guys. Yeah.
Some people liked Wayne's World. It wasn't my cup of tea. I'll tell you that.
Who? No. Has anyone ever?
Oh, yeah. You just get all kinds.
I guess you get all kinds.
So
I don't watch those kinds of movies. We go to the art
not
houses.
My thing, but I guess some people really did like it. Are you from Canada? I think so. I'll have to check my driver's license. But yeah, it's showbiz is just a funny thing, and when you get inside of it, you just see all the how the gears move and the security, and you're on a soundstage somewhere, and it looks all greasy and ugly and stupid, and then you see it later in the film, it's all shiny and color corrected, and so it's a show.
I think there are people who just want to let you know, like, I'm not a fan, so you can trust me.
Yeah, it's
like,
true.
I'm not after
like the cattle.
anything.
Right. I don't want anything.
I don't want anything. I'm not a fan.
Yeah. I couldn't care less that you were famous and on TV.
No,
I just like you.
I don't care about celebrities is the number one person that cares about celebrities. That's the first telltale
And
sign.
do you host fundraisers? Do you do that kind of stuff?
I have for things I'm involved in,
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that.
Do you have shtick? Do you have like
No.
Shtick?
You don't have, I mean,
I
jokes?
always
do
let
the
them
thing
know.
from grade school.
Yeah. Here, Tevye's dream, everybody.
Dana, when I was on Just Shoot Me, it was right around the time of Friends. And when I heard they were getting favored nations, I was hoping it meant all sitcoms. So we'd all get the same, whatever they got. Turns out it was not.
No, that was hard to get.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I mean, they wanted nothing more than for us to split up and
divide and conquer.
yeah.
No,
yeah.
Whoever thought of that was smart. Keep the team.
Yeah.
It
was Courtney or Schwimmer, depending on
I'm thinking
who you're talking to.
Yeah.
But
Smart
Courtney's
move.
pretty smart.
Yeah.
About stuff.
She'd worked a little bit. I don't know her trajectory exactly. I remember from the Springsteen videos when she rocketed out, right?
Right.
But she probably may have had a little more experience.
Well, she was on Family Ties, and then she was Ace Ventura.
Right,
but I think the first minute she made any money, she bought a house and then was flipping houses. And I think made more doing that.
If I had her money, I'd throw mine away.
That. I love when show business people leverage their income and make money.
Yeah.
And take care of themselves.
She's so smart. I mean, also just like with blocking, we would block scenes and you'd be stuck and Courtney would say, well, you should just stand over there and you do that. And that way it's easier. And she was always right.
Huh. You need somebody
like that. And she was also the one when we were first like shooting the pilot, or I don't know if it was then or got picked up. She said, listen, y'all, I did Seinfeld. They help each other all the time. Like if you think I could be doing something funnier, tell me. You got to tell me. And we need to help each other out. So that set a tone that I think carried through the whole 10 years for us.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Otherwise it can get, I mean, David, you've been on shows where it can get tense amongst casts don't normally love each other.
Also, if things happen or someone gets more money or someone gets more jokes or there's always trouble. Even photo shoots are weird sometimes.
Yeah.
So many little things you don't see coming and you go, oh, itchy.
Yeah.
But you're all
on
like,
SNL, it was different. Sorry, go ahead.
I was saying like on Just Shoot Me, even though it wasn't obviously a Friends show, but we did about 7 years and George Siegel, Wendy Malick, we had all done stuff.
Yeah.
And also had good and bad things. Yeah. And so everyone was like at a point where like, we're really lucky. Yeah. So it was a little easier to get through it all because we appreciated it. We were like, hey, this could go away tomorrow. And so I think it might be harder for you guys because when you're one of your first things, if not your first thing, is so monstrous.
Yeah.
I don't know how you think nothing else could be like this. It's too good. You go, and then I'll do this, and it'll be a hit. And then it just seems like it's a weird world to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, we did all fully appreciate. That was the other rare thing, because we would check in and check each other all the time, and we had to answer to each other if we were going to create a disturbance, like, oh, I got to do this. Is that all right with you guys if I leave early and my stand-in does that? It was great to be accountable. Everyone was accountable to everybody else. And then we'd all go off and they'd let us, which was really nice, go do a movie and, you come back and shoot your pickups of stuff. And everyone would say, well, I'll tell you one thing, movie making's for the fucking birds, because no one's running up offering me a sandwich there. Here, great craft service. And, we rehearse most of the time. And the more you do it,
unreal, yeah.
It's like the more you do it, the more you get paid and the fewer hours.
I think it was either David Spade or Tony Danza that told me that he got it down to 17 hours. I don't know.
It was not David Spade.
A week, just for the read through the thing, the blocking. Just
Will and Grace got pretty tight. They were across from us, and
they got very.
I was jealous. I'm going to lunch. They're all driving away in their Porsches. I'm like, hey, guys, this is a half day. And they're like, no, this is their whole day. And I'm like, you're joking.
Wow. Well, I think also they had Jim Burrows.
Yes.
Did most of them, right? So, yeah, I mean, they knew what they were doing, and then they probably had early run-throughs.
Yeah. Early run-throughs.
Yeah, the writers like it, right? They write a draft, you run it through, and then they don't really need you for a while. Like, okay, now we're just going to go work.
It falls on them.
No.
But at first, they would have us do the run-throughs at 5 because they wanted to be in the writer's room most of the day and then come see it. But then they'd have to do all the rewrites that night. So then they'd be up really late.
We got ours down at 1:00 on a Wednesday to shoot on Friday. And then you come in, rehearse, go through everything once, run through, and you split. But did you do a Monday read through or a first day read through whenever you shot?
We did the first 7 years, I think.
And then they had
we also would shoot. They'd have us start at 6 or 7 at night on a Friday.
How late you go?
Till 2 in the morning.
Oh, sometimes. Shit. Really?
Right. Yeah. And it took 6 hours to shoot our show. They did a lot of rewrites because the audience, I guess, would get tired of a joke. So, okay, well, maybe, I don't know. Yeah. They just wanted it to be as good as it could be. We'd have hair and makeup changes. That sometimes,
that
I don't know.
Busload of youth prisoners in the audience. They would go, hey, they didn't like it. I'm like, well, we liked it all week. We can't totally go by them.
I know. I would think this is for a television audience, though.
Yeah. So, it's for not the people that would come here.
No.
Yeah. And also you guys had more pressure because it's probably a little more overthought because it's a big deal. How does this fit in? Will people like this show? I could see that going a little longer.
It took, it was sort of notorious for taking a lot of time to
Would you get
shoot.
Fidgety?
No. And luckily we were all, young. So.
And you knew it was your hard night. You knew ahead of time. This is going to be the one.
And we knew. But it got to me when I was pregnant and felt like I had a flu for 7 months. And then to be there at 2 in the morning, that's
tough.
A little too tough. My husband had to come drive me home a couple times. Yeah.
Sure. I get it.
And then I think we just said, how about we start earlier?
Someone got that. Where was Courtney earlier? Yeah.
Yeah. And we were told, I don't know if we can get the audience. And
for friends?
Really? People can get off work if they have tickets to the show, and people fly here on vacation
to see the show. For sure.
I'm pretty sure. So we started earlier, and then We'd have 2 audiences.
Oh, wow.
No one can sit for that long and
Even
watch.
if you throw them
6
some
hours.
fucking
Pizza.
jelly beans.
Pizza. They'd have to bring
Pizza's
in
the
pizza.
stock thing that goes out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
The
No,
audience
it's-
warm-up guy, that guy gets burned out.
Can you imagine 6 hours he had to keep everybody?
I would hear it. They'd go, hey, and there's David Spade. Come say hi. And I'm like, don't make me come. I'm running my line.
Really?
Yabba dabba do. And then they say, hey, do this. And then, but you feel for the
And
crowd.
would you?
I'd go over. Yeah. Because
That's nice.
they're there. They're super tired.
Yeah.
I don't even know if we gave him pizza. I don't know what happened. This guy had a million trips.
6 hours.
Oh, yeah.
We had to give him pizza.
Give him something. Let him
You know,
live.
a hard
Please.
candy, a butterscotch wasn't going to be enough, I don't think.
Hey, we got a bowl of Skittles. Don't forget. It's at the bottom of the stairs.
Skittles.
Don't go crazy, though.
When did peak TV end? I mean, was Big Bang Theory the last water cooler show, or was it Friends, or
I think
Will and
Big Bang
Grace, but
Theory.
maybe it was the last kind of big network sitcom?
I
with
think
that type
so.
of audience.
Big, expensive,
Now you get like
super
maybe
hit.
800 people or whatever it is.
I
They
know.
best been renewed with a 1.1
Yeah,
rating.
0.8.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But I think they want more to try to make multi-cameras work again, just because, it's on a stage, it's not as expensive to shoot, and it
Great
travels
lifestyle.
really well.
Something about it works. It's been
Globally.
working for
Something about it
years.
works.
It's been working for 50 years. So 60, 70, like,
It can, but you know what? It always seemed to me things that didn't work were usually missing funny people and good jokes writing. Good joke writers,
you need it. It's
Pretty
pretty basic. It's good.
basic.
It works,
It is basic, but
Mhm.
Modern Family was a good big one, too. That was one of the.
oh, yeah. But it wasn't in front of an audience. It wasn't.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And it also had the docu-sitch.
You're like, and also, that's not really what we're talking about right now. And I'm like, yep.
I just get what documentary is this?
Yeah, I know. Who's watching this 10-year documentary about this dumb family?
I've been in situations on a movie where the brain trust is around the camera and there's a take and they're bent over. We're like, it's the funniest thing. And I go, we're so fucked. It's over. The brain, or dailies they used to have. The brain trust is like, oh my God. You're like, no, this is death.
You can tell
It's
it's
over.
bombing.
Yeah, but
Although I have to say, I'm not a great judge. Like when I see something and I think, ugh, that's too broad, or I don't know if that's very good. And then it's,
Sweaty.
the audience's favorite thing that's ever happened.
there is that element of comedy where you're like, really? That was the one that killed?
Okay.
Yeah.
Or you do a
That's part of
show,
the-
like a movie, and you go, I remember some movies I did where I go, this was the scene that tested the highest, just because it's like one shot. But when people watch it for 10 years, like a Romeo and Michelle type of movie, some of my movies, they go, these are my favorite things. And I'm like, it's not what it was the first time when it came out. It switches. Like they see it so many times. Now they like this and like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
The real throwaway jokes and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But initially, the big jokes are like the easiest ones to get.
Yeah.
'Cause after the movie, they go, did you like that one? And everyone goes, sure. And they're like, okay, that's your favorite scene.
All right, we're going to fill out our cards today. It's a scale of 1 to 5. And just,
Remember what we talked about.
Remember what we talked about earlier. And thanks for participating. And we sure are appreciate it.
What's a word of David Spade's character? Stupid. Okay, well, that's not one of the choices. We're going to have you just write them down on your card and hand them in to the front.
If you thought the dog was cute, we have another special card to put it on.
Exactly. That's exactly what those test screenings are. So,
I know.
Who would you want to see more of?
yeah.
Isn't
Who
that-
should we cut out of the movie and fire immediately? Lisa, thank you for talking to us. We'll let you go. It's
Thank
very,
you.
very nice to have a long chat with you.
No good deed.
No
Yeah.
good deed.
Thanks.
Netflix.
On
Thank you.
Netflix now. We enjoyed it, Lisa.
I
We'll see you
liked
around
it.
campus,
Okay.
as they say. All righty. Bye.
Bye.
This has been a presentation of Odyssey. Please follow, subscribe, leave a like, a review, all the stuff. Smash that button, whatever it is, wherever you get your podcasts. Fly on the Wall is executive produced by Dana Carvey and David Spade. Jenna Weiss Berman of Odyssey, and Heather Santoro. The show's lead producer is Greg Holtzman.